Happy birthday, America! It's the 4th of July, time for fireworks, barbecues, and maybe a little history lesson. Remember why we celebrate? Hint, it wasn't just to perfect that potato salad recipe. The Founding Fathers risked their necks to escape a tyrannical king. They were tired of unfair taxes and laws forced on them without their say-so. So they wrote a little something called the Declaration of Independence, declared their freedom, and fought a revolution to make it stick. They wanted a government by the people, for the people, not one that treated them like walking ATMs or told them how to live their lives. Sounds pretty good, right? But would they be popping champagne today or reaching for the AR-15s? Let's find out. Imagine Ben Franklin in a tricorn hat, scratching his head at the DMV, or George Washington staring down a parking ticket for his horse-drawn carriage. The Founding Fathers would probably be both amazed and appalled by modern America. On the one hand, we've got smartphones, self-driving cars, and the internet. Pretty slick. But what about the government? Is it still that shining beacon of liberty they fought so hard for? They might raise an eyebrow at the size and scope of our government. They might wonder why so many people seem okay with handing over their hard-earned money in taxes. And they might have some choice words about the mountains of regulations that dictate everything from what kind of light bulbs we use to how much soda we can drink. Just saying. Let's talk taxes, baby. The Boston Tea Party was over a 2% tax. The Founding Fathers were obsessed with taxes, or rather avoiding them. The whole no taxation without representation thing? Yeah, they meant that. Today, the average American pays a hefty chunk of their income in taxes. Federal income tax, state income tax, property tax, sales tax. The list goes on. And don't even get me started on those hidden taxes buried in everything from gasoline to airline tickets. The Founding Fathers would probably flip their powdered wigs. They believed in limited government and individual liberty. They understood that every dollar the government steals in taxes is a dollar that individuals and businesses can't use to grow the economy, create jobs, and pursue their own happiness. They'd be telling us to read the Constitution again, folks, and this time, take notes. Section 4. Locked and Loaded Debate. Would the Founding Fathers embrace the Second Amendment today? Now let's talk guns. The Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, is one of the most hotly debated topics in America today. Would the Founding Fathers, who lived in a time when repeating firearms were the newest thing, still support the right to own firearms in the age of AR-15s? It's a complex issue, no doubt. The Founding Fathers believed in the right of individuals to defend themselves, their families, and their property. They also recognized the importance of a well-regulated militia to protect against government tyranny. They believed the only way we could reasonably defend ourselves was to have the same firepower as the government or military. They would argue that the Second Amendment is absolute. They saw no need for so-called common-sense regulations that only disarmed law-abiding citizens. It's a question that we need to stop debating. We need to follow the Constitution as it was written. Section 5. Divided we stand. How government thrives on discord. The Founding Fathers knew a thing or two about unity. They understood that a nation divided against itself cannot stand. They overcame their differences to fight for a common goal. But today, it seems like America is more divided than ever. We're constantly bombarded with messages that pit us against each other, rich against poor, black against white, liberal against conservative. And you know who benefits from all this division? That's right, the government. When we're too busy fighting amongst ourselves, we're less likely to notice what the government is doing. We're less likely to hold our elected officials accountable. And we're less likely to demand the change we want to see. So, happy birthday, America. Let's celebrate our independence by remembering the ideals that made this country great: liberty, individual responsibility, and yes, even unity. Because if we don't wake up and start demanding better, we might just find ourselves celebrating a very different kind of independence day in the future.